Hello, in this video I'm going to show you a demonstration of my drinking bird here, my little pet. I use him when we talk about thermodynamics, but let's look at how he works, what he does. So this little guy has been around for a long time. He's an old toy, and you can see down in the bottom we have a fluid in this large bulb, and this fluid over time is making its way up to his head, which is also a hollow bulb up here as well. Now his head's coated in a felt-like material, and once you get his head wet the first time, he will continue drinking from this cup as long as there's water there for his beak to reach. And so what's happening is evaporative cooling. His head, by constantly being wet, is allowing water to evaporate into the atmosphere, and that cools off his head. It's much like you or I when we get out of the swimming pool or out of the bathtub or the shower. If you don't dry off pretty quick, you start to get cool. It's the same way that when you sweat, that's your body's method of cooling yourself, or your dog panting over his or her wet tongue is a manner of cooling themselves. So this evaporation is cooling the head, which creates a lower pressure in the head, and the bottom bulb, the pressure staying constant down here. And so when he tips over, that's the moment where the pressures will equalize. But that higher pressure in the bottom bulb is forcing the fluid up towards the lower pressure in his head. And he's designed so that he's going to pivot when his head becomes too heavy. And once that pivot happens, like I said, then you get an equalization of pressure. I'll put a link down in the description of a little more detail how this works from the American Chemical Society. But beautiful classic toy. And if you're interested, you can find these for as little as $10, sold by numerous different companies all over the internet.